Greetings, folks, and welcome to today's show. Every now and then we have to catch up with what's going on in Coffee County, and we're going to do that today. Our guest is Mayor David Pennington, and he's always in the middle of everything going on. David, thanks for joining us, and tell the folks, give us a little summary of the state of the county. Are we in good shape, bad shape, fair shape?
The bottom line is the county's in good shape. Sales tax is up. We have an industry moving in our county, and you know what industry means. Industry means jobs. So we're in the plus side. We're on budget. If for anything, we're probably ahead, as far as the budget. Of course, we always pass a budget.
That's unusual.
Yeah, we always pass a budget that's balanced. We're not into that deficit stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
But the county's in good shape. We really are.
Good. You got any one or two big things that you'd still like to see done?
One project that I'm really proud of, well, really there's three projects that I'm really proud of. One is the school building program that we got going when I first got there, and then of course replacing the jail. That's been a big issue with the state, and so we're in the process of that, and we're probably, we got a report yesterday, we're about 50% finished on the jail, so they talking like maybe in August it'll be finished. And then another project that I got done when I first got to be mayor, one thing I found out is that the rural, they never had a plan to extend water out to the rural. And right now, the rural, their wells are dry, they check bad. So I worked a deal up with all the utilities, Tullahoma, Manchester, West Warren, and Hillsville. And we furnish the material, they furnish the labor, they get the sales of the water, they get the sales of the water taps. And everybody wins. The rural wins and the utilities win. So I'm really proud of that. And we're working on a big section right now around Blanton's Chapel and 16th Model that we're finishing up. So.
Okay. Well, let's take a short commercial break, folks, and we'll come back and go some more.
The highest standard of trust offers a sense of safety and comfort. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of trust in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
Welcome to Merle Norman, located inside Northgate Mall in Tullahoma. Since 1931, Merle Norman Cosmetics have been researched, developed, manufactured, and packaged in the USA, using the highest quality ingredients and unmatched customer service to help women look and feel better about themselves.
Hi there, I'm Christy Almacher, owner of Merle Norman. I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about Merle Norman products. We have a large line of skincare and cosmetics for all skin types. Merle Norman's motto is try before you buy, so we'd love for you to come in, talk to us about your concerns, try the products, and we want you to feel good when you leave here, so we hope to see you soon.
Want to feel good in your skin? Visit Merle Norman in Northgate Mall, Tullahoma.
Let the Smokehouse be your mountain getaway destination in beautiful Mont Eagle, Tennessee. Enjoy our cabins, restaurant, and old general store. Shop thesmokehouse.com featuring homemade barbecue sauces, jellies, and many other fine Tennessee products. Our live Music on the Mountain series features some of the best local and Nashville talent every Friday and Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. No cover, kids welcome.
We're talking today, folks, with Mayor. Well, that's a thought.
I could be governor maybe sometime.
It could be, yes. Mayor David Pennington of Coffee County. And David, I understand, I think your term is up next August.
August the 31st, that's right.
You're going to run again, right?
I'm not, but I'll tell you, I've had several people ask me to run again. Matter of fact, every day somebody comes. But here's how I feel about it. I don't think that office, was designed for you to live in. And that's just my personal opinion as far as the mayor's office.
A 4-year term?
It is.
Yeah.
And I figure the first 4 years, you're following somebody else's plan. And then the second 4 years, that's your plan. So, you know, I think for 8 years is enough to be in office. Like I said, I just don't think.
You don't have another plan, huh?
No, not right now. No, I do have a plan or two. I'm thinking about, tell you the truth, I'm working on a television show kind of like the Pawn Stars and Pickers. And have you ever watched that? You ever watched those shows?
No.
Anyway, it shows you how the gentleman out in the audience, I'm sure he has, they show you about going and finding these good deals and how much money they're going to make on it. I want to show people, and I'm talking with the History Channel, the Discovery Channel, and another channel about, I want to show people, I want to educate them and show them how to make money doing that instead of letting the Pawn Stars and Pickers. I want to educate them to the point that a lot of people's on fixed income, that they can go out on a weekend and make a few extra dollars by finding these buys. And I think I can do that. And I want to turn it around a little bit. Instead of the Pickers and the Pawn Stars making the money, I want the people to make some.
Well, I guess I didn't know you were that deep in the music business, and you're getting pretty ambitious there.
Well,
you're talking about a national program,
yeah,
right?
that's it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And of course, the Pickers and the Pawn Stars, they're always talking about it's all about it's about collectible type stuff. It'll be like Coke machines, or it'll be signs, or it'll be, you know, the antique side of it. You always historical documents. That's the type of the stuff that you see a lot on the show. And of course, that show grew a large audience, so large that if you go to Las Vegas out at the Pawn Stars, there's a line waiting just to go in, and they've almost turned it into a souvenir shop. I asked this gentleman one time, and my office is about a 20 by 30 or so, and he looked. I asked him, I said, "How big is that Pawn Stars? Because it looks big on TV." And he said, "Really, it's about twice the size of your office, but it stays packed."
Yeah.
You know.
Well, all right, stay tuned, folks. You're looking for we're looking for David Pennington, producer. That sounds pretty ambitious, really.
Well, I can do that too. I think it'll be a good program, but it'll also, the public will be able to make a little money, and that's what I want. I want the public to make some money.
Okay. Well, you sort of mentioned this in passing in the introduction, but let's talk a little more about it. You got a $100 million cheese plant coming to town.
Yeah.
And they're going to be, I wasn't aware of the articles I saw didn't say much about the level of workers, but you're saying that's pretty high tech.
Yeah, it's absolutely. It's highly automated, and it's got a lot of robotics, and they're going to employ about 200 people, and the average salary is going to be about $36,000 a year. That's average. So, and there's going to be a lot high-end side on that because of the robotics.
Yeah. And
it being automated like it is. And it's going to be, they got 7 companies now, 7 plants, and this will be their 8th, but this will be the 2nd one far as size.
Well, they're so-called super plants, yeah.
Yes.
And what do you think was decisive in getting them here?
I think a lot of it is the location. You know, they package a lot for retail, and I think that the location is what it is. You know, you hear this story all the time about how centralized we are as far as the manufacturing. Well, I think we're that same way as far as the location for the retail side of the larger chain stores and grocery stores and stuff. Yeah. And I think they're located at the Manchester Industrial Park, which is you get off the exit and you can drive straight into the park. We put a new road in. We partnered, Coffee County and Manchester partnered up together, and with TDOT, and we put that road in. And the whole deal with that was that if we don't have somebody in there within the 3-year time after the road was finished, we was going to have to pay part of that road. But guess what? We're not going to have to do that now.
You got a plant.
But we got a nice road going in. You can exit right off the interstate, drive straight into the plant, and that's really
well. If that's going to be high tech, you know, I've had a couple of other people on the show, and we're kind of coming up short for qualified people, you know, technically qualified people, and the mechatronics program, you know, which is we don't have one in Coffee County. They've got one in Warren County, and they're big in Smyrna, you know, where Motlow is up there. But
well, I say eventually we'll end up with a program here, but the mechatronics is that's a big deal.
Oh yeah,
and that is going to change the face of this area. Mechatronics is.
Well, it takes about $500,000 to make a good start. That's primarily in equipment to get them started, and those monies are not floating around. As I say, we don't have one in Coffee County.
Well, so maybe after I get out of being the mayor, between the program and stuff, me and you could work on that project together.
Well,
see if we can't swing
as
something.
the mayor, you're in a better position to work on.
You think I'd be better now to go ahead and do it?
Right.
Okay, well, I'll be glad.
You could take that on as one of your projects for the next term.
Yeah, well, that's right. I could. I've got a few months left here, about 10 or so. I could do that.
I see.
I think I will do that since you motivated me, Tom.
Super. All right. Well, as you say, there's a couple of hundred very good jobs there, so
yes.
that's super, and that
you know even though it's located in Manchester, Tullahoma benefit. They'll buy homes here and they'll shop here, and you know I've always been my big thing is shopping Coffee County. You know, spend your money in Coffee County. Spend it in Manchester, spend it in Tullahoma, spend it in the rural Coffee County.
That's a big one with our own Chamber of Commerce too.
Yes.
Shop here.
You know, it makes plenty of sense, though, don't it?
Yeah, sure it does. Well, let's talk a little bit about I noticed an article the other day, the county courthouse was asking for donations, which I thought was kind of a strange way to raise money. Donations to make some repairs there. What kind of, that thing doesn't get much attention. What kind of condition is it in?
The courthouse really is in good shape. I mean, we have never ever done, since I've been there, done a renovation project on it, but we've done a lot of maintenance on it. We just finished doing all the windows. And Tom, there's a lot of windows in that courthouse, which was several $1,000s. Now we're going to do the doors. We're committed to put central air and heat in the lower side. It's already upstairs where the court is.
The courthouse, the courtroom.
Yes, and so our next commitment would be to put the central air and heat downstairs because it has gas heat and window units. And that's why we had to redo all those windows because of those window units that rotted the seal out.
Yeah.
So, but we're always working on that. Since I've been mayor, I'd say we've spent at least $80,000 plus on that, just maintaining that building. It's an expensive little building, but it's a historical building that needs to be took care of.
Well, you know, maybe what we should have thought about is a renovation, a for sure renovation,
yes.
You know, and
yes.
cut some of these repairs out.
Yeah.
You say it's an ongoing process. So.
Well, and the community loves the courthouse. I know it's a focal point for most communities. You know, I'm on South Central Development District and South Central Human Resource District. At our meetings, we even have pictures of all the different mayors' courthouses. And of course, Coffee County's is there too. And they are beautiful, but you got to maintain them.
Oh, yeah. Well, folks, we need to take a short commercial break and we'll come back and go some more.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please, for the following public service announcement. He's back! The Watkins Man is back, bringing his world-famous Watkins products to 104 East Lauderdale Street in Tullahoma, where Richard and Stephanie Carpenter have opened the area's only Watkins store. Since 1886, Watkins has produced all-natural products, starting with the pain liniment, and now including soaps, oils, creams, scrubs, royal jelly, beeswax, supplements dedicated to natural health and pain management, cover total external and internal body care. And don't forget the world-famous spices, extracts, teas, and cooking ingredients. With too many products to list, know that all Watkins products are 100% natural, using the highest quality ingredients obtainable. Always remember, with Watkins, when you buy the best, you use less.
A salute to the never wasters, the coupon clippers, switch flippers, one last drop of milk drippers, the thoughtfully thrifty, and the just plain cheap. Charter respects your economic IQ and honors it with a phone service worthy of your ever-watchful wallet. Charter Phone, just $19.99 a month. For real monthly savings for fabulously frugal folks like you. Switch to Charter Phone and get unlimited local and long distance and 13 calling features with no extra fees like the phone company charges you.
I'm meteorologist Leland Statham from the News Channel 5 Weather Center. Look to Jim Fuller and crew for local news night here on Channel 6.
We're back, folks, and we're talking today with Mayor David Pennington of Coffee County, and catching up on the condition of things around the county. We were talking about the courthouse, and I guess well, I don't know what it takes. It's not the focal point in Coffee County that we see in a lot of counties.
No.
Winchester, for example, done a beautiful job over there.
Look over at Fayetteville, as far as now they hadn't redone theirs, but there's still a lot of retail around that courthouse. A lot of retail, and there is a lot of counties that you see that. Woodbury.
Well, I suppose we don't.
I don't.
Why are we
I
there?
think a lot of it is there's just not that much parking up there on the square, and of course, when you used to when I was little, if you went to town, you done everything in one day. So you went up to the square, and they dropped you off or whatever you needed to do, and then in that evening they'd come back and pick you up, and you get it all done. Everybody didn't drive a car up there, so you can imagine now everybody's got 3 or 4 cars, and so the square is limited as far as parking. Now I think that's what really hurts it, is the parking issue.
Okay. Well, all right. Let's talk about railroads a minute. We've got, I've noticed the other day that the small feeder railroads around the state are going to be in trouble. We apparently passed a piece of legislation that provides for a special diesel tax on everything, I guess, except the railroads. And the trucking companies and others have now filed suit saying, you can't do that. If you're going to have a tax on something like diesels, you got to make it uniform. And that's apparently going to cause a lot of grief for the small railroads.
Yeah, I think they call those short lines, don't they?
Short lines, right. And we have one in Coffee County, going from here through Coffee County over
to Sparta,
to Warrenville, to Sparta.
Yeah.
So
it's called Tri-County Railroad, and each county has representation on it. Matter of fact, Tom Rice he's one of our representatives on the railroad.
On the railroad board. But now, where does their money come from? Aside from, of course, the fees for use.
The money comes through the state government, and through they get some grants and stuff, but the state helps fund the short line railroad, and there is a need for that, Tom. You think with all the trucks running up and down the road, but you think about how much a small short line railroad can haul, and with that same amount of fuel from Sparta to Tullahoma, Tennessee.
Yeah. Now, especially for bulky stuff.
And let me just tell you, the most of the money that the railroad was getting from the state, and probably the federal government too, some from it, Tri-County Railroad, and that's what ours is called, they were spending their money on the maintenance of that track. You know, they're always working on the track, always working on the bridges, and that's expensive, the railroad crossings.
Sure.
So without that money, it's going to be a big deal, you know.
That's not, that railroad is not actually in your budget.
Oh, no.
But you say the 3 counties own it.
Yes, well, we own the property, and we leased it to a short line company that manages it. And
okay.
so, you know, they get the money from the state or the federal government, whoever provides the money, and they take it and maintain the lines and run their trains.
So it's not in your budget?
No, not at all.
And you're not particularly interested in putting it in your budget?
Absolutely. I just don't think that we could afford to do it right now. The way we're just now, I think we've been in probably the worst recession that since the Great Depression, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, it's been a long recession, and we're just now coming out of that. And by the way, in 2007 or 8, when it really hit, you know, we lost some companies and lost jobs. But we got today, through expansion of existing industry and what recruiting we have done, we got more jobs today than we had then at the time. So we're growing, and that's something to brag about, because I talked to Congressman Black the other day, and she said there ain't a lot of counties can say that, you know.
Yeah.
That they got more jobs today than they had in 2008 as far as industry.
Yeah. Unemployment in the, I guess in the county it may be a little better than the national
but I
level,
tell you,
but still kind of high. You know?
I wished I'd like to see that, and we are seeing it. That is, ever since I've been elected, I've worked hard with the industrial board, because that is the lifeblood of any community. Without industry,
jobs.
Yeah, you got to have that. Jobs is what fuels the retail side of it, and we're in a good location to attract that industry. You know, we are. Everybody throws that old pitch to you about we're being centrally located, but we really are. If you think about it,
you're centrally located, and you've got the benefit of that interstate.
That's
too.
right, and we want to take advantage of that, and we have. Like I said, we got this, and we're looking at another industry that's looking at the spec building out at the Manchester Park, and they talked today at the industrial board meeting about it, and said that they're taking another look at it, and we're making them an offer, and hopefully we can fill that spec building up. That'll be more jobs.
How much space have you got left in the county board?
As far as the in the industrial. Okay, we only have a couple of small lots in the interstate park, and now the joint park between Manchester and Tullahoma, that park we have a lot of spaces.
Yeah.
But it's hard to attract industry to that park because of the price of fuel and stuff. 6 miles from the interstate, this one company was going to haul 100 loads, going to receive 100 loads a day. So you can imagine 6 miles in, 6 miles out, and that's about what a truck gets. I think somewhere around 6 or 7 miles to a gallon. So that's the negative of that joint park is the location far as with the fuel prices and stuff.
Well, not only that, but there's really not a good road in and out.
No.
They've talked some about trying to make a direct connection to 24, but that would open it up then. Yeah,
but
I don't ever hear anything.
Tom, I don't know if me and you'll be around for when that road gets here. It'll be a while, I'd say.
Yeah, I would think so.
You know how government, it takes a while to get things done.
Well, I think in Tennessee, if you're talking about the state providing money for roads, you need to start about 10 or 15 years before you need it.
You're exactly right, and that's how you have to do the RPO. You have to go in front of them and put your plan up, and usually it is about 10 to 15 years. You're right, but I tell you one thing about our roads in Tennessee, they're paid for. I like that. Where a lot of other states finance their roads, and I don't really understand, Tom, how you could do that. Well, I understand how you can do it, but why would you want to?
Yeah. The other thing I've always been proud of Tennessee for was the maintenance. You can tell when you cross the state line in any direction from Tennessee.
Any direction.
Yes,
you're right.
And coming back in is a very pleasant surprise. Well, let's talk politics a minute. We only got a minute. How's the Tea Party doing in Coffee County? Do you keep up with those things?
You know, I don't really know how they're doing because if you'll notice, most offices that are county offices right now, they are all held by Democrats. I'm talking about the county offices. And of course, I hadn't really, I'll tell you the truth, I ain't had much conversation with the Tea Party. I've been focused on running the county.
Okay. Well, we got an election, a pretty good sized election coming up next year, so we'll find out whether to be heard.
You know, Tom, my whole thing is I want to do what's right, and I'm sure everybody's got the same intention, good intention, but my whole goal is to be able to serve the whole county and be the spokesperson for the individual out here that never thought they had a voice. And that's what I want to be for this community.
Well, and I confess, you know, that in terms of trying to keep things together in the whole county, I have to give you a good deal of credit for that.
Well, thank you.
know.
I appreciate that.
So, well, guess what, folks? We have run out of time, so we're going to have to take a short commercial break and wrap up.
Imagine a world with more birthdays. We strive for it every day. We fight to get people the best access to care and the chance for more parties to plan. We're the American Cancer Society. Help create a world with more birthdays at morebirthdays.com.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
We've been talking today, folks, with Mayor David Pennington, Mayor of Coffee County, and who declares that he's up for well, he's not up for re-election next year. He's going to hang it up on 2 terms.
Yeah.
David, is there something you'd like to say to the folks?
Well, I'd just like to thank everybody for, you know, having a trust in me and electing me and letting me serve. I've really enjoyed it, and you know, like I told you earlier, I've tried to serve everybody, you know, and I think with my back door being open at my office, you know, my back door is in the hallway where you go to get your tags, and there's 58,000 vehicles. So there's a lot of people stop in, and either if they got a complaint, they'll stop in, or if they just want to just talk. And
you don't have to go through channels to see the mayor.
And Roxanne gets so aggravated about that. I'll have an appointment, there'll be 4 or 5 people sitting in the office. But she's kind of used to it now, though. But I really do appreciate the people letting me be their mayor.
She has to run people off in order for you to get to the next meeting.
She had to do it yesterday.
Okay, well, thanks very much for serving the county and for appearing on the show and sharing
it's always a pleasure to be with you. I enjoy being here with you.
Very good. Thanks, and thank you, folks, for inviting us into your parlor, and we'll see you next time.